So last week we were talking quite a lot about the problems at Man United, the attacking issues that they've got, the players, Ten Hag, all the drama. This seems to happen every 2 or 3 days. And the news we've had kind of break, I think within the last 24 hours it's been confirmed properly, but Jadon Sancho is listed for sale. He is now on the transfer market. So that's it looks like that that bridge has been burnt, and Sancho and Man United will be parting ways in January.
Yeah, pretty sad state of affairs. I think we've mentioned him on podcasts a few times as a South Londoner, a player going to Man United at the age that he did, off the back of a great season, great few seasons actually at Dortmund, and also nicking him off of Man City as well. There was a lot to love about Sancho's move to Man United. So it is gutting to see it probably end in the way that it looks like it's going to. But I don't think he'll be short of potential suitors. There are some rumours online already that Dortmund might be in for him. And I would personally love to see him leave the Premier League. I don't know about you, Quinny, but I think that he probably needs, like his face out of the kind of like the British spotlight again to maybe find his way back into the England squad, and just go somewhere where he doesn't have that pressure that English players in general do have. We've seen how well it's worked out for Jude Bellingham taking that leap over to Madrid. And yeah, personally, from the sort of early rumours floating about, I think that a move back to Dortmund wouldn't be a particularly bad one for him. I don't know if you've got any thoughts on where you'd like to see him next or what you think he should be doing.
I think he would do very. I think Borussia Dortmund would do very well to get Jadon Sancho back, like especially if they got old Dortmund Jadon Sancho back, because that was, he was one of the hottest prospects in European football. Everyone wanted to sign him. Everyone thought he was going to really kick on and be like the leader for Man United, the main kind of creative, world-class, up-and-coming talent. And I think, like we spoke about last week, I think Sancho's a guy that needs to go and prove something. And I don't know if going back to Dortmund would really scratch that itch, So I would, I don't know, I'd like to see him go somewhere different. I think the style of play he offers, it could be very effective in Spain or Italy quite easily. I think France would be interesting, but I don't think there's that many clubs, that you would want to see him actually go to in France and think that would be a good kick on for him. So I don't know. I think, every kind of big team in Europe should be linked to him, because Man United are in a selling state and they'll just want to clean off. And a lot of these clubs in Europe tend to get a pretty good deal in these situations. They don't need to pay the Premier League English tax on a lot of these players in these situations. So I think whoever thinks they can get the best bargain will probably push for it the hardest if they can get the player buy-in. But if I was to push a club and say one, I don't know, I think Juventus are really kind of kicking back on now, the way their kind of style of play has moved on. I would have thought he would have fitted quite well into maybe an AC Milan or something like that, but I don't know, I'm kind of lost on AC at the moment. But I think Juve, is definitely a spot he could do well in when you see the sort of players they've been trying to attract recently in Italian football. I think he would rip it.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I think Italian football, especially the way, I don't think that like in recent times we've really seen that traditional, the Italian way of defending. As much as they do have like some quite good quality defenders out there, I don't think that there's that many good quality defenses in Serie A at the minute. They all managed to leak quite a lot of goals, and we saw how he kind of flourished at Dortmund, playing against the kind of teams that were playing a little bit more open, trying to sort of make use of the counter-attack a little bit more, just offers him a bit more space. He's not been allowed any space at all in the Premier League. So yeah, a move to Serie A would be pretty good. Be interesting to see where, like Juve as a club, it just makes me wonder if he personally is going to be pushing more towards clubs who have Champions League football this season to see if he can squeeze his way into the Euros. He's got a massive hill to climb if he is to find his way into that squad. But I imagine that if he really like rates himself, will see a way into that squad, and therefore I think he needs to be playing Champions League football this year. So I think that's potentially the only thing that maybe stops a Juve move for him at the moment. But
how about this? Would you take him at Newcastle?
Oh, I mean, let's have a look. Who have Newcastle got in those positions at the minute? They've got Almiron and
Gordon. Gordon's been brilliant on the left.
Yeah,
I wouldn't touch him. He's been brilliant. But maybe Sancho on the right. I don't know. The other name that kind of came to me there after we talk about Juve is, could you imagine him playing for Napoli alongside Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen? That would be good fun. Like,
That
so
would be good, yeah.
that would be good fun. I could see him in that kind of team, but their managerial situation at the moment is kind of all over the place. So I don't know if that's a great situation to move into, but they're playing Champions League football, obviously current Scudetto champions.
Yeah.
And they could use an injection of quality like that into their team, you know, to get their season really as champions, as reigning champions, you know, kind of up and going. So, yeah, Napoli would probably be a lot more fun than Juve, but I think Juve could probably make it happen financially because reportedly he's on £250,000 a week. So, is it a buy? Is it a loan to buy? Is it, you know, I think this is going to be a bit João Felixy, the way that has been over the last, like, remember he went loan to Chelsea, then the Bar, you know, and everything else that's kind of happened with him. So it might be a wee bit of a golden handcuff situation there with that wage packet he's on.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't see anyone picking up the wage bill. I think he will probably go out on loan till the end of the season with a view to buy based on performance. And yeah, but I'm fully expecting Man United to have to probably continue to pick up like 50 to 70% of his wage. If he's to go anywhere where he's going to get the game time and stuff like that, particularly. Yeah, I mean, there's some chat in here. People saying that it feels like a turkey. I think Turkey might be a bit too far. I don't think that they're going to have, you know, the clubs that you think of, obviously, like, I don't think Galatasaray have space for him in their squad. They've got enough forwards there. And that only really leaves like Fenerbahce. I can't see him there. I don't think they're going to pick up the wages. Yeah, I think Turkey might be a bit too far. You know, maybe a PSG, but they don't need him either, really.
They don't need
options. They don't need him.
I'm really selling myself on this Napoli scenario now in my
I
mind.
love that. I think that'd be a
like a good one.
That would be great. For him personally, I think that'd be a fantastic move. Yeah, like you said, that, you know, that three-pronged attack, Osimhen, Kvaratskhelia, you know, Raspadori there as well. They've got some exciting players up top. He could definitely spread his wings a bit there. I think he'd be offered a bit more freedom in that Napoli team, especially playing in front of like an overlapping Di Lorenzo. He would be a good watch there. I'd love to see that. Love to see that. Yeah, if anyone from Napoli is listening, get on the phone to his agent. A bit sharpish. We all want to see it happen. And as someone who owns his card on, so rare, I'd love to see that happen as well.